everyone, it's Ashley here. Welcome back to my channel. So you probably noticed from the title of the video and the fact that today is a main channel video on a Thursday. This video is a special video and is very different than my normal videos I normally release on this channel. Today's video is special because today is Thursday, November 19th, 2020, which is the day that the series finale of Supernatural is airing. It's weird to finally be here today. I remember whenever the ending of the show was announced in early spring of 2019 and just thinking to myself, wow, I can't believe it's ending. I was crying that whole day when the announcement was made. But then I kept thinking, that's so far away. That's such a long time. You know, it's gonna take forever before we even get there. And then COVID happened, and then the finale was pushed back even further. It's supposed to air in May and then was pushed to November. And I was like, oh, more time. Like, the ending's never gonna get here. We'll never make it to the finale, it's fine. I thought it was gonna take so long, and it has flown by to now. It's here. It's finally here. And I have so many emotions running through me right now. I wanted to make this video for several reasons. This video is a thank you letter to the show that changed my life. It is a love letter to the cast and crew who helped bring this show to life for 15 years. It is also for the SPN Family, the fandom that has absolutely been there for me and has made a huge impact on me. This video is for Supernatural. 15 years ago, a little show called Supernatural aired on what was originally known as the Warner Brothers channel in 2005. This show would later become one of the only shows to be able to cross over when Warner Brothers changed over to the CW. In addition, it has become the longest running fantasy television show on TV ever. This show has overcome its own obstacles, whether it's through the writer's strike or through the times when the show was threatened to be cancelled whenever it was starting out. But yet Supernatural persevered through all of it. And now, here it is, with today being episode 327, one of the few shows that ever hit 300 episodes, and it being the last one. I remember finding the show back when I was in middle school. I believe it was 8th grade. I was up one morning and I was just trying to get ready for school. I normally would put something on TV for me to eat breakfast and get ready. And I was flipping through and I found TNT, and on it was this show called Supernatural. I had heard of it before, just like through the grapevine, but I didn't know anything about what it was, like even the plot line or like even a general synopsis of what it was supposed to be about. But I decided I'd just put it on. I thought it would just be mindless entertainment in the background. Of course, that would be the one decision that would later change my life forever. From then on, Supernatural was my favorite show, but I hadn't dived fully into the fandom or even my full love for the show. That came freshman year of college. So Supernatural had been there for me throughout this entire time, but I was also in other fandoms too that normally were the biggest fandoms for me at the time, so I hadn't fully put all of my time and effort into this show yet. Freshman year of college was kind of rough for me because it was very different than anything I'd experienced before. I'd moved off from home, I was on my own, and I was trying to figure out how to live by myself and take care of myself and manage all of that along with school. It got very overwhelming at times, and I remember when I got up to freshman year to college, I learned that in my residence hall / dorm that we had cable TV because back home our cable was not the best when it came to the CW channel and would go in and out, so I never could watch it live. Plus I had other things going on for extracurriculars in high school, but I didn't have anything going on Thursday nights in college, and so I decided that I would start watching Supernatural Thursday nights live. That was when season 13 was on, and that was one of the best decisions I could have ever made. During that time, I was watching it and I fell in love with the show once again in a different way because it was the one thing that I would look forward to in my week. And then what pushed me into the fandom was the summer between my freshman and sophomore years of college. I finally convinced my mother to watch Supernatural with me. I had been trying to get her to watch the show for the longest time, and she never did. But then she fell in love with it, and we had watched the entire show from the beginning, which of course I had done several times over. But it was different this time after everything that I'd gone through. I started realizing how much I really loved this show and how much it impacted me and how it really been awesome for me. And I remember during that time I was looking on YouTube at different Supernatural related videos, more panel videos and interviews with the cast, and additionally I found some channels similar to the one that I have that posted fandom content. Through that, I was able to find a book that really made the impact, that finally convinced me to go wholeheartedly into the fandom. And that book was Family Don't End With Blood, which was edited by Lynn Zuberdes, and that was written by fans and cast of the show. I saw the book and decided to buy it on Barnes & Noble, and it got delivered to my house. And I remember we went to the lake that weekend with my family. I was out in my hammock and I decided I'd read it. And so I sat there and read, and I remember crying from the stories and just seeing how much people were impacted by the show. And I saw that everyone kept talking about the fandom. And I knew I was like in the SPN family, but I didn't really know anyone in the fandom. I had never really been involved in it. After seeing so many people talk about it in the book, I finally decided that I would join the fandom. I was like, well, I'll give this a shot, and I created a fan account on Twitter, and I started to follow a bunch of people, mostly that were in the book, and then started to talk to some people, and that was one of the best decisions, because that is how I got involved in the fandom and what pushed me to really give my entire heart to the show. After that, it just was a wave of love and everything from this, and I started to realize the things that this show had given me and what I had learned from it and everything, and that's a lot actually. This show has given me so much, honestly. It has taught me many things in life that I will hold on forever. From the show wise, of course, Family Don't End With Blood, and it doesn't start there either, has been something that I didn't realize until I joined the fandom was just absolutely a life motto for me now. Never to give up and always keep fighting, and it's also worth fighting for your free will, and that redemption can happen for anyone. There are many things like that I took from the show, and of course there's many things I've learned from the characters. Seeing their journeys and everything that they've done has helped me to implement that in my own life. And then on top of it, the show has given me a place to be creative. I obviously have this channel, and I have my TikTok where I do video content. I had always wanted to make a YouTube channel for the longest time. Even before Supernatural, I'd wanted to make a channel, but I never knew what I wanted to do on a channel. And Supernatural gave me something to be able to create content with and to talk about, because I loved it. And if it weren't for this show, I wouldn't have this channel, and I wouldn't be posting on TikTok, and have found a passion and a love for content creation. On top of it, I started writing because of the show. I used to write a lot when I was a kid. I loved to write stories and everything, but then I got older and I kind of quit, just because life and everything. But through the show, I started writing more. I was writing fan fictions and stuff like that, and I've continued writing them, and I've gotten better and better at my writing, and I hope to continue writing more and to do some really cool things with that. Found another passion that I didn't know I had. The most amazing thing that this show has given me is the people that were brought into my life from it. If you told me several years ago that people who I would consider family would be people I'd met online and never had met in person, and who were from all over the world, I would have looked at you like you had two heads. I wouldn't have believed that at all, but here we are. I have gained so many friends through this show, and from people who I didn't know, who were from different parts of, not even just where I'm from in the United States, but also from different countries. I mean, they're literally like family to me, and like legitimately friends with me. Like, we talk to each other, and we talk about more than just the show. We also talk about life. I went to Supernatural JaxCon last November. It's actually almost a year since that convention. It was my first convention I had ever been to, and while I was absolutely stoked and excited to meet the cast, and that was an amazing experience meeting them, what my biggest takeaway from that experience, and the thing that always stands out to me, was meeting so many wonderful human beings who I still talk to and who mean so much to me. Just several months ago, I had two friends who I'd met. One of them I talked through on Twitter, and the other who I'd met through my friend on Twitter at the convention. Their names are Stacy and Becca. They came and stayed with me in my home a couple of months ago and spent the week with me. And it wasn't weird, it wasn't awkward, it was normal, it was fine. It was just like we had known each other our entire lives. And literally, that was the second time we'd seen each other in person. But it was But that's the amazing thing about this fandom, is that it's just like we're family, and it's just like it's easy to like make friends here. And that's so cool to me, because it's great to be able to make those connections with people and have that common thing to be connected with, which is supernatural, but to build off of that and to grow in our relationship to where it's a true friendship. I have no words but to say thank you for that. And to any of my amazing friends that are watching this video, thank you so much for coming into my life and for being friends with me and getting to know me. You all have made a huge impact on me, and I'm so thankful for all of you. You're amazing, and just thank you. I'm so glad this show brought us together. To wrap things up, I want to say thank you to the crew who helped bring this show together. The unsung heroes of the show who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes of the show, bringing it all together for the past 15 years. Thank you to Eric Kripke, who created this show. You helped create a show that literally has impacted thousands upon thousands of people. So thank you. Thank you to the amazing cast of the show who have been wonderful on screen, but also off screen too. Coming to conventions, panels, everything. Getting to know the fans, especially even if they've only been in like a few episodes of the show, but being very receptive to the fan response and loving the fandom. I mean, because we love them too. So thank you. Thank you, Misha Collins, Jensen Ackles, and Jared Padalecki for bringing these amazing characters to life. Thank you for being the ones to help push the show on for the past 15 years, and for being the ones to help set the mood and the attitudes for the show and the fandom. You three have taught me so much, both through your characters and also through yourselves. Jensen taught me that it's okay to put myself out there. Misha taught me to accept myself and to not worry what other people have thought about me. I used to always want to be normal and try to be just like everyone else. And I've learned through him to just be myself. I know I'm a little weird and I'm different, and you know what? That's fine. I have my photo op I did with Misha at JaxCon. I painted 2 paintings that said YB and the other one said normal. It's the one that taught me that's okay not to be normal, because why be normal? That's boring. Be weird, be different, enjoy life. Don't care what others think. So thank you for teaching me that, because that is literally how I live my life now. And Jared Padalecki, thank you for helping me to remind myself to always keep fighting. There are times that have been really tough in my life, and times when it's been easy to give up, but I remember to push through all of it and to keep fighting because it's worth it. So thank you for being so open and honest with the fandom. Thank you. Thank you to all 3 of you. And thank you to the SPN family. Thank you for being a fandom that I have been able to join in and be a part of. A fandom that, even though we do fight sometimes, it's normal because we're a family, and that's normally what happens in families. But that through it all, we're able to stick together. Just like Jensen Ackles once said at a panel, the show might end, but what it's created, this will never end. The show might be ending, but the fandom doesn't have to. I know that I'm still gonna be here. I will be here, and I will continue being here because of the profound impact this show has made on my life. And I love to talk about it because of that reason. So even though the show ends today, I'm still going to be here. Well, thank you, SPN family. It's hard to say goodbye, but I'm not thinking of it as goodbye. I'm thinking of it more as the next chapter. It has been amazing being a part of this fandom and this family while the show has been on air. Just because it's ending doesn't mean that everything's over right at the end of the book. It just means that we're turning the page and we're going to the next chapter, and that we will continue on. I'm going to miss so many things from the show. I'm going to miss Baby. I'm going to miss Castiel. I'm going to miss Sam and Dean. I'm going to miss Supernatural. But right now I'm feeling a sense of sadness, of course, but also weirdly peace, because I know that even though this is the end, that the journey has been absolutely amazing, and I'm so thankful to be able to be a part of it. We might be close to the end of the road, but as the amazing Iron Man Tony Stark once said, part of the journey is the end. So we'll get in that 1967 Impala and keep on cruising to that. Thank you, Supernatural, for everything. Carry on, my wayward people. Bye.